Hi, everyone. I think I'm live. If anybody's here, let me know you can see me. I think I pressed all the right buttons. Yeah, this is the video of what sold this past week. And I didn't even count them, actually. I certainly had enough time. I could have counted them and also added up all the regular real figures, but I didn't do that either. I have been trying to list every day. That's all I know what to do. I've tried everything else, so just plugging along. This month of February, I've had more 0 days than I think I've ever had before. So far, I've had 3 0 days, and today may be another one because I haven't had a sale yet today. Hopefully, I'll have some sales yet today. But it has been, I have not had an over 100, this is on eBay, I haven't had an over $100 sale added up to how much you make a day. It hasn't been over $100 since the 3rd of February. Every other day has been under $100. That is so poor. It's not going to pay for my horse's board this month unless it starts to be terrifically better the last half of the month. I don't know what's going on. I'm not the only one having the problem. So, yeah, sometimes I just feel invisible. It gets to be a little depressing, which is really not smart because, number one, I'm not a person that is living on my income. If I was living on my income, I would be so stressed out. But I'm not. I'm just doing this to help pay for my horse's board. I don't really have to do that either, but it certainly helps. It's very expensive to keep 2 horses in a really nice place. So it just takes a lot of the financial burden of having 2 horses that I can't ride anymore because of my back. So they're like big pets, big, very expensive pets. If the vet is always more for horses, the bigger the animal, I think the more the vet is. So it's always expensive if you have to have a vet call. I do everything under the sun to keep them safe and not have to have a vet call other than twice a year. They have to get their vaccines and they get a short exam and they get their teeth done. So they have to have a dentist. The vet does it now. They do dental work. They have to be shoed or take care of their feet about every 7 to 8 weeks. That's a big bill. So it's very expensive to have horses. It wouldn't be so bad if I rode all the time, like I used to. Then it didn't seem so bad. But when you're not, the only thing I do is go visit them, give them treats, feed them carrots and apples. They like to see me because they don't have to work anymore. So if they're out in the arena where I can get to them and play with them, that's enjoyable. I like to do that. But other than that, if they're in their stalls because the weather's bad and they're not outside, then I can groom them. I can take them out and put them in the ties and give them a good grooming and that type of thing. I mean, that is, grooming a horse is very relaxing. I don't know if anybody on has horses, but it's one of the really relaxing things that you can do if you have horses, is the grooming part of it. But yeah, this is not paying for my horses the way eBay has been. So I have been plugging along with Poshmark, and sometimes I'll have a couple days where I'll have Poshmark sales, and then it'll go for a long period where I don't. So I don't know. I try to do the same thing every day. The only thing that I could do more on Poshmark is share more. Share, which does take a lot of time. I share twice a day. If I'm having a good day and I can fit it in, I do it 3 times. And I think it's much better to do it if I could do it 3 times a day, every single day. But anyway, I think I'm talking to myself. I don't see anybody here. I'm trying to wait to start my my few measly sales. I had possibly 15 here. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, maybe not even, maybe more like a dozen sales all week. So actually, money-wise, I probably did better on Poshmark, but we'll see. I'll give you those numbers when I'm done showing. Oh, there's no sense in having a conversation with myself, so I will start doing my sales here and share my screen. And if anybody comes in, I will see you. So I'm sharing my screen. And the first item that I sold, and this was sold on the 9th, which was last Sunday, but it was after I did the, hi Stella, hi, you first one in. Last Sunday, this was after I had done the what sold video, so this came in later in the day. So that's why it's on this this one. But it's an Ermenegildo Zegna, however you pronounce it, men's dress shirt, and it was a window pane blue pattern. And it sold for a best offer of $23. I did take a best offer on it because sales are slow and makes you want to just sell whatever you can sell, which isn't a good thing, good idea to do. This went to Chicago, Illinois, to a man in Chicago. So that was the first thing. Then I sold a, this is sort of maroon stretchy top by Michael Stars. This is a, I think Michael Stars is an Anthropologie brand. And I sold it as a best offer of $20. It was pretty plain. It had 3/4 sleeves, V-neck, and I had it for a while with no interest in it, really. So I sold it for $20. And everybody pays shipping unless I mention otherwise. So went to Brooklyn, New York. Okay. Then I sold a pair of Levi's men's jeans, the 550 Relax Fit jeans, on this medium wash. And those went for full price of $24.99. They paid shipping, and those went to Fallon, Nevada. Fallon, Fallon, Nevada. That's a pair of jeans. And this is this piece of Bennington pottery. It's quite a big mixing bowl with a pouring spout. It weighed a ton, as Bennington pottery does. And this was mine. I had this from way back when I had my shop. I had an antique and other collectible type thing in a shop in Avon, Ohio. And this is way back, so this is over 20 years old. Bennington pottery, they still have this pattern though, this blue mottled pattern. And unfortunately, I took a best offer, or no, I sent an offer to watchers for $28.77. I always end my offer to watchers with 77. So I know which ones went to with the offer to watchers. So $28.77. They paid shipping, which cost $11.30 to get it to them. So they actually paid $40.07. I paid, because you get a little, when you do your shipping through eBay, you get some off. Sometimes you make a little bit. And I did on this one because I only had to pay $8.25. So $8, $9, $10, $3, about $3 more I made on this sale. But it had to be double boxed. It had to be really securely sent. And I was watching for when she got it. And she got it on Valentine's Day. And she sent me good feedback. So I assume it got there all right. Because you have to wrap it really good, put it in a box, padded box, and then put that box in another padded box. So quite a bit of shipping thing going on. It went to Centerville, Indiana, not too far from here. So then I sold this Dallas Cowboys hat. This had a stitching on it that had Troy Aikman's signature. Wasn't his real signature, but it was his. It was stitched on there, you know, and number 8, and that went for $12.99. And I do free shipping on ties and these baseball caps, so that had free shipping. So they did pay just the $12.99, and it went to Nashville, Tennessee. This was a Poshmark sale. Staring at Stars. This is an Anthropology brand. And this had cutouts, laser cutouts on the shoulders and down the sleeves. You can see a little bit here. And that made it quite different. And that went for $25. And after eBay's fees, or not eBay, Poshmark's fees, which is 20%, I made $20 on that little top. Oh, and that top went to Charlottesville, Virginia. Now this is back to eBay, and this FootJoy men's windbreaker. It was a sleeveless, sort of a rain type gear that you'd slip on if it got real windy or rainy. And it went for $20.50. It was a best offer that I took. I've had this for quite a while. It went to Jackson, Tennessee. And it sold on the 12th, which was Wednesday. And that was the only sale I think I had on Wednesday. So the next thing is this Under Armour Storm men's large turquoise hoodie. This is cold gear, very heavy sweatshirt type thing with the kangaroo pocket in the front. And I had this for quite a while, and I did take a low offer on that of $17. And it was way under what I had originally thought I would get for this, because I think I had gotten about 3 of these Storm Gear Under Armour, and the other 2 went for quite good prices, but this one just hung on, maybe because of the color. I don't know. But yeah, it didn't go for that much, but it went to Buffalo Grove, Illinois. I'll have to move this screen over because I can't see my... Oh, Bumblebee, I see you're here. The screen was covering up the chat thing there. But look, you're here right in time. This is something you sent me. This Valentine's white little thermal top. Yeah, it's sold. It's sold on Valentine's Day. It had the hearts around the neck. This little V-neck had hearts all over it. It was just a thermal top. It wasn't really any name. I put it up for $16.99, and they bought it for the sale price of $15.12. And so that went to Fremont, California, way out to California. And I sold this Orvis women's button front shirt in a size 12. This was black and white check. It's hard to show check there. This looked like gingham check almost. And that sold for $22.24, the sale price. And I had free shipping on this. It was a very light little package, and it only cost $3.25 to ship it. And it went to Atlanta, Georgia. So the next item is a Poshmark sale, and Tommy Hilfiger. This was a golf blue large cotton sweater vest, and it had cable knit on the front. It was cable knit stitch. It sold for $17, and I got $13.60 for that little vest. And then also a Poshmark sale this was part of a bundle. This is the bundle I talked to you about, Bumblebee. He bought this piece, this polo Ralph Lauren, size 17 and 34-35 sleeve, a long sleeve shirt. You can sort of see the print better here. It was like a check print. But that went for $25, and I got $20 from that sale. And then he also bought, the same day, he bought this polo Ralph Lauren extra large sweater. This was a Henley type sweater with the zipper, like half zip or quarter zip, whatever they call that. That sold for $30. I got $24 from that sale. But the thing is, this man didn't bundle these 2 pieces, and I didn't know what to do about it. Bumblebee told me later on what I could have done, but by that time they were all packed up and had already been shipped. So they both those pieces went to East Longmeadow, Maine. But he paid shipping on both of those pieces, which unfortunately I could have bundled them and he wouldn't have had to pay. He paid an extra $7.11 on that. I don't know. Should I send him $7.11? I don't know. Maybe he didn't know to bundle things. I'm not sure. But anyway, Then I sold this J. Jill. This was back to eBay. J. Jill women's short sleeve extra large top with white polka dots on it. It's all polka dotty. And that's sold for offer to watchers. I sent out for $18.77, and they bought it at that. They paid shipping, and that went to Buellton, California. Looks like Buellton, California, and that sold yesterday. And then my last sale yesterday was this BCBG Maxizeria, this pink fitted little jacket. It was a knit type sweater. It was more like a sweater, actually. A sweater knit, and zipped all the way down the front, and in this pink color. And that went to Bronx, New York, and it sold for the sale price of $22.24. So that is the extent of my sales for all week. So if it wouldn't have been for the Poshmark sales that I had gotten, I got 4 out of all those sales were Poshmark sales, and they were, okay prices. So if I hadn't had those, I would have made like zilch all week. I mean, I still didn't make much, but at least it was something. I didn't feel invisible. So let's see if I can get myself back here. Here I am. Yeah, so not good. I don't know what's going on or if it's ever going to come back again. Makes you think like things have changed permanently, because I don't remember things staying this bad for weeks and weeks and weeks before, and that everybody is talking about it. Well, not everybody. Some people are doing fine. I don't understand it. I was watching Lavender Clothesline. I watched her one she put on yesterday or the day before, where she showed her house and how she has it all situated, where she actually lives in her business instead of her business being part of her house. My question to her is, where is all her stuff, her own stuff? Besides the living room furniture and the things that she bought, like for her YouTube photo room, I don't see any of her stuff. Now, she probably isn't showing those rooms, but anyway, another thing I noticed, I went and looked at her closet a lot, and she does not do best offer, and she does not do returns. 2 things that I thought that you had to do in order to be, in order to sell things. She doesn't do either. And I assume she's doing well. It seems to be, just from listening to her, that she is selling things, but she has a tremendous amount. She only sells, I think, on eBay. She has like 3,500 things in her eBay store, which is a lot. So, yeah, I would love to be as organized as her, but I have all this other stuff in my house. So I don't know if she moved into this house and didn't bring anything with her. I want to ask her that so bad. Maybe I will. I did send her a question about her ring light that she loves. Yeah, that's why I went on and looked at her store, because I was reading some of her keywords, because you said that she had really good keywords. Yeah, about the man. Maybe he felt he saved, because he did offer some lower prices, but not really low prices. Right after I said that men don't usually do that, those lowball prices, I got a lowball price on something today, which I wouldn't take. Uh, it was on Poshmark too. And it was the second time he tried it. He tried it the other day too, and I caught it. And I sent him back my same best offer. She doesn't mind waiting for sales. Yeah. With 3,500 items, I would think, well, I don't know. You can think of that two ways. If you had that many, that many in your inventory, you'd hope to sell things fast, because that really mounts up. And she's shopping all the time. If you notice, she has haul videos and shopping videos all the time. She sells a lot of hard goods, which she does. I don't know what the average is, clothes to hard goods. She used to sell just clothes, I think, but she's selling an awful lot of hard goods now, and that's what she seems to be shopping for a lot. When you see her in the store, and it's always about her picking out things on the hard goods things that she buys. She buys really different things too. She has a good eye, evidently. Yeah, she has her inventory in her basement. Well, I can't do that. My basement, this is an 1850 house. My basement's made out of rocks. At least it doesn't have the dirt floor like I'm sure it had when the house was built. I'm sure it had a dirt floor, but that was long, it has a cement floor. But it's actually, you'd think it would be damp down there. It's not. It's not damp in my basement because my boiler is down there. Actually, my basement stays warm. It's not cold like a lot of basements. But it's divided up into a couple different rooms, like old cellars are, and there's not really a lot of room to store inventory. I would hate to have to go up and down those steps all the time to get inventory, because the stairs going down to my basement, they're steep, and they're not graduated like regular newer steps are. It takes more to step up a step. They're higher. Each step is higher, if you know what I mean. It's harder to go up and down those steps than regular steps. I don't know why. Going up to the upstairs in the same house in the 1850 part, those steps are also a little steeper, but they don't seem to be the stairs don't seem to be high. Each step doesn't seem to be higher. I don't know. Maybe my sister thinks differently. I think her house is from the 1920s or 30s. It's a new house compared to mine. Yeah, that's what I go and I look at I try to look at people's stores and see how they describe things. Yeah, I especially went to hers to see her keywords, but then I really started watching her videos, which are enjoyable. She has such a quiet voice. Sometimes I can't listen to her very long, but it's so quiet, and I don't know. My daughter, this is unrelated to anything here. When I got my this new iPhone. It's the iPhone 10R. It's a tiny bit smaller than the 10X. The 10R, it was a little less expensive than the 10R. It's still expensive. But when I got it, they're so slippery. You know, the phones are so slippery. You have to get a case or you're going to be dropping your phone all the time. So when I bought the case, I bought 2 cases, okay? Don't look at this little knob thing. My daughter gave me that. 2 turquoise. I was in my turquoise mode. Everything, my laptop has turquoise. My iPad, my old iPad, I got a new case for it. It has a swirly turquoise. But anyway, I got 2 of them. And they were really inexpensive. That's why I got 2 of them. And this one is slippery. So I didn't think it was a good one to have on my phone because it was slippery like the phone is almost, not quite. So then this is the one I've had on my phone the whole time. It's more rubbery and it's not as slippery. And then what was it, maybe for Christmas or something, my daughter stuck this in my gift. It's one of those, I don't even know what they call. They're those knobs that it helps you hang on to your phone. It's very handy. And you can also set your phone up, you know, it'll set up like this. And I've had this all on the whole time. The trouble is, a lot of times I put my phone in my back pocket when I have jeans on. It's very hard with this little rubbery thing to get this in your back pocket. And then it's even harder to get it out. If you get a phone call, you have all kinds of trouble getting this out of a pocket. Any pocket, really. So I just remembered today that when I bought these cases, I had bought 2. So today I put on this other case. This slips in and out of my pocket so easy. So I'm going to keep this on whenever I don't have a big pocket or need to hang on to my phone for some reason. Then I'll just switch. It's easy to switch back and forth. But I didn't want to take this off because it's stuck on there so good. I'm afraid I'd wreck it. It says that you can take them off and then you clean that sticky thing and you put it back on again, but it never sticks quite as good as that first time. So as long as I had 2, I'll just trade the cases back and forth. I know this doesn't have anything to do with selling, but I'm not selling right now. Yeah, still good to watch her for keywords. Yeah. I would think you should follow Suzanne Wells. I do. I follow her too. She has less items and higher prices. I did notice because I went through her store and like I think I told you, she has very similar inventory to mine. And all her prices are much higher than mine. I don't know. I think I am slowly going to go through my store and maybe raise my prices. What can it hurt? I mean, I'm not selling anything anyway, so what can it hurt? Now, Casey, the Rockstar Flipper, would have the opposite opinion. He thinks people have things too expensive in their shop. He's always telling them that you're pricing your things too high. He didn't actually say that to me the couple times he looked at my store, but I don't know. He would never say to raise my prices, I don't think. Yeah, it would it wouldn't hurt anything to raise my prices a little bits at a time. So yeah, I'm thinking that's probably what I should do. Because things get down, if I keep lowering my price, you can't keep doing that, because then you can't send offers to watchers because it's already at too low of a price. And yeah, maybe I'll just revamp my whole store and see what happens. I have got to stop thinking that my life is, depends, how I live my life depends on reselling, because it doesn't. And it's just really stupid of me to get so upset. And the thing is, when I have a really good sales day, I am so up and so happy and I feel better. What kind of sense does that make? I don't know. And another thing, Judy at the barn, she's same age as me, and her daughter owns the barn. And her and I talk all the time when I'm out there. And she doesn't understand why I'm working so hard at eBay and Poshmark, and so hard that I can't fit in enough time to come out and play with my horses, which is the very reason that I'm doing this. It didn't make sense to her, which it doesn't. It doesn't make sense, but yeah. Another reason I think it is I hate to fail at anything. I feel like a failure if I couldn't just quit doing this. I enjoy it, so why would I quit doing it? I enjoy selling. I've always sold one thing or other. I had a store for a while, I had an antique store. I always sold off and on eBay. I enjoy reselling. So I'll probably never stop. But we have to do something about this, the prices. People, I don't know if it's that people, sellers are racing to the bottom to have the lowest prices, whether that's it. And if you get caught up in that, then it's just no good at all. So I don't know. Suzanne A. Wells seems to be doing okay, but she has a lot of other ways she makes money. I mean, she makes, I think, most of her money by doing her teaching. I don't think she makes a living doing her store. I know she has 2 stores, and one you get to see, and that's her teaching store. And I think she has another store. I don't know how that does. But she has a lot. I am a part of her, what is it, premiere? I forget what it's called. But I pay $20 a month, I think, to be in this. And I get all these videos. It's a lot of information. And it's very good information. And I enjoy all her teaching. So anyway, that's all I have for today in my what's sold. A dozen things, not much. But I'm glad, Bumblebee, you came, and Estella, you stopped by. Thank you. Even recently disproven the theory items used to sell for more, and now they don't. Well, you think they've disproven that? Don't you think it's because people have raced to the bottom and made the value of things go down? I think actually the prices of things go down because they become more you know, you're able to get them more. You can get more of them in the thrift stores, and then that makes the price go down. The prices are up on the things that are, that you can't get many of. Made $130 profit on a pair of shoes. Wow. What kind of shoes were they? Don't join in on that. I know. I'm more thinking of going through and slowly raising my prices. It even crossed my mind today, since tomorrow's President's Day, I thought maybe I should have a huge sale, like a 50% off President's Day sale, just one day. I don't know. Michelle and G from Bin Pickers, they put their whole store, was it a week or two ago, they put their whole store on sale for 50% off. They wanted just to get rid of a whole lot of stuff. And they sold quite a bit, but not as much as I thought they were going to sell. But they have so much that they haven't even listed. Yeah. Watch Thrift Fever video. Yeah, you keep saying that. I must not have subscribed to him, because I never get the, when he goes on, I don't get a notification. I'll have to hunt him up again and make sure that I clicked on the little bell, because I thought for sure I subscribed to him. I know he talks about having much higher prices. And he sells, doesn't he? I don't know. It's hard to know what to do. I know if I go a day or two with hardly any sales, I'd like panic, which is really dumb. I should take a vacation. Consider it a vacation. Josie Passamara. Josie Passamara? Hi, it's the first time you've been here. I haven't ever seen you here before. Thanks for joining in. Yeah, I've already went through what I sold. You'll have to watch the replay. And also, we're just talking about the sales being not so hot. You love them. You mean Michelle and G? Yeah, I love watching them too. They seem like such nice people. And other people that have met them say that they're just the same. They are really nice. I know Becky Parks has met them. She said how nice they were. Oh, you randomly found my live stream. Well, good. Please subscribe so you get a notification. Hit the little bell button, because I'm on here at least twice a week, sometimes more. It's always mostly about reselling. I sell on eBay and Poshmark. But I also have rescue dogs, I have cats, I have horses, and I have chickens. And sometimes I just do videos about them. Like there was on one this week was about 2 videos ago. It's called My Every Morning. And it's just about what I do every single morning, about the animals and about the chickens. And yeah. So yeah, if you enjoy that type of thing, like I said, though, it's mostly this channel is reselling, but I do stick in other things too. So I'm so glad you joined. I'm so glad you found me. So I'm about to close though. And it's feeding time here. I'm surprised that Dexter isn't bothering me because he eats at 5 o'clock. Bumblebee said, yeah, they're fun. They're so nice, but they sold Doc Martens for $35. I know. Who knows how many pair they have, though? You know, I know they have such piles of stuff, back piles. Lowering a ton just teaches people to wait and you'll lower. That's true. That's what I'm afraid of. The trouble with, they can see all your lower prices is the problem, I think. They can see what you've put things on before. They can see what you've lowered prices at. And on Poshmark, I think they see also on Poshmark what you've sent offers for or people have offered and they've gotten. If they see your sold things, they can see, I think they can see what it was sold, what I had it priced at, and then what it sold for. They could have easily gotten $100 for the Doc Martens. Yeah. I don't know. I think it was just that they just wanted to sort of start over, get rid of everything. He wanted to go to the bins. They didn't feel like they could go shopping every day at the bins if they had all this inventory stockpiled. So I think that's why they did it those few days. They only had one pair of Docs. Oh, dear. Yeah, I would have saved them out of the sale. Yeah, they could have taken a few of the things out of their inventory before they did that. But I don't know. Well, I'm going to close for now, and I will be back maybe with a surprise video about something else. Maybe another haul video, maybe a box opening. Who knows? It's not like I'm real organized here. Just learned Thrift Fever ends listings and relists at lower prices. Oh, I thought he didn't do that. I wonder how long he has to own an item to do that. Maybe he waits and waits and waits till he's had things a long, long time. Does he try to do long tail or short tail things? Oh, I see. So that the buyers can't see that he lowered the price. I see what you mean. Yeah. Well, I'm always ending items. I go through the items that are coming up for today. If they have a lot of visits and no watchers, I end them and I relist. I do that every couple days. So, yeah, I've tried lots of things. He starts things crazy high. Yeah. I think also another thing Lavender Closet does. I hate to talk about her when she's not here, but in her closet, she has a 30% off sale running all the time. So I'm not sure how she gets to that number. If she goes on and looks at what things the highest, I was thinking to myself, maybe she goes on and thinks and sees the highest price something has gone for, something similar or something has gone for, and then she takes 30% off of that highest price it ever sold for, and that's what she puts her price at. And that's what she put her price, start her price at, and put 30% off of that. I'm not sure how she comes up with her prices, but right now I sent her a message trying to find out what the make of her ring light is. She's in love with her ring light. So I have been looking at them, and there's a lot of different brands, and you don't know what kind to get. So I thought it would be good to, it's small enough of a light that you can put behind, like behind your mannequin up on the wall. I'm trying to make, I almost have to edit all my video, all my pictures when I take them against the white wall. The white wall somehow it shuts down my lens. I'm just using my camera, my phone lens. It shuts down my lens and the item is lit up okay, but the wall then looks gray. So I always have to go on and edit my pictures, which takes more and more time. That I don't know, there has to be a way. My daughter, she doesn't have an extra ring light. She's a photographer. And she's been out here a couple times, and I forgot to ask her what her opinion is, how I can get my wall to look white behind the clothing. So I don't know. It's just shutting down my lens, and it's because I'm using a phone instead of her good $1,000 camera, I suppose. But I'm not going to get a camera. You have to have to do it, yeah. He makes $2,000 a week. I dream about doing that. Yeah, wouldn't that be nice? Well, he must be doing something right. Yeah. But he sells all different things, doesn't he? Oh, well. I really have got to go before my dog wakes up and discovers what time it is. Okay. I will be back Wednesday for sure, and maybe before that, if I have something to put on. So thank you all for coming. Posh Planet, hi. I'm about to close. Glad to see you here. Yeah, back and watch my measly little what sold video for the week. But we had a nice conversation afterwards, so I will be back Wednesday for sure, maybe before. So bye for now.